Hello, my name's Derek. I sell physical media on eBay. I'll talk about what I buy and what sells on this channel. This it's almost 9. I keep forgetting that. It's almost 9 Wednesday morning, and it's a sales video. Okay, good jams. Like that one, a little bit of a hitting country feel to it. Keep it strong. But you have to stop that. Okay. So I did not pre-pick. It's, again, about 9 o'clock. So two things. One I remember right now is so I wake up and the King Crimson CD was flagged. So when things like that happen, I can either it is taken down. You have to manually go in and remove it so you don't get that pesky little red alert on your app. You have a policy violation. I can, and a lot of sellers do, just reword it. That's typically what it's going to be, is a rewording. Reword it quite a bit. The title, one off might throw it off in the title. The specific location, now if I just have like New York 2001, yeah, but if I go Amherst, that stuff where it'd be a little easier to identify and ping down for the almighty Bureau. Not so nice program. Go in, I can actually take some words out of the description box, things like that. Or alternatively, I could contact the Performing Arts Department at University of Buffalo and talk to someone there who preferably was there and had something to do with that event, or ask them in regards to what the license was that they were permitted to do through King Crimson agent, whomever, to perform there and broadcast or make those copies. So even at that, this university would still need permission from King Crimson and or also John Paul Jones to produce those discs, even if they were just for trade, even if it reads not for sale, not for anything like that, they would still need permission to make them, to produce them to whomever, or to distribute them to whomever, or whomever gets them, right? So just because something gets taken down, you can always go through thinking outside the box. The other thing, now that I remember, is someone came in and counter offered that Papers and James Madison 3-volume book set that I've had for about a year and a half, and they countered at $2,000. So whatever the automatic offer was, that sent out like $4,000, and they countered at $2,000, and I went ahead and said, "Take it." Why? Well, there's a little bit of linear algebraic math there. Why? So let's go a few things to kind of ponder on. So this video isn't going to be super long. A few things to ponder on. So if I'm asking 4K now, and if I've had it for a year and a half, the amount that I was asking for a year and a half ago, that same amount of dollar is now worth less. That's called inflation. So if I paid $20 for the set, for all three of them, or whatever it was. Yeah, so in that time, that price has come down. Now, the value of them may have gone up, but the value of anything is only based off of what people pay for it. You can have a $5 million car, but if nobody's paying you $500,000 for it, it's not worth $500,000, and it's not worth $5 million. To someone's sentimental heart, yes, Can it sell for the half? Can it sell for $1 million? Yeah, but what someone's willing to pay for it. It's moreover what something's worth. So there's that aspect. But the average inflation rate is about 2.5% every year. About, it could be a little less, a little more, but it's about 2 to 2.5% every year. Something goes up. So not even accounting for that, but let's just say at the higher inflation rate of what it is right now, in 2 years, it's still going to be pretty close to right now. Let's just say in all that inflation, that dollar, that's going to be probably about $200 less of that. And then the potential fees that there are, that can be an increased fees, and the insurance to ship it, that could be up by a few more bucks. The actual shipping amount could be up by a few more bucks. Then you also have the possibility that maybe someone just isn't going to pay $4,000 for it, and maybe they'll pay $1,000. In that case, now all those figures that I just put in, now that means that if I sell it now, I'll be out $500 to $800 a year from now, give or take, right? So that's a lot of kind of executive math, but they haven't paid. So what happens with that? This is not a video about Vero and non-payment. It's a video about what's sold. Let's find out what's sold. So you guys are going to kind of watch me. It charged enough. Watch me. Would have helped if I would have had it on the airplane while I was doing that. Well, I was doing something on the tablet last night, putting stuff away. Sometimes I don't always shut it off. It should always be on that page. I don't use it for anything else. Wowzers. That last one, that guy stayed laying on it. Like one of those burps that doesn't end. And then you get an award in the mail for it. I forgot how I was going with that. But I do need to go into order shipment. So there was 11 going out. A handful of international, and it's 355. 353, and sales 314 monies I got for it. All right. So most of all this stuff, I think there might be one book. All right, D17. All right, D17, Make Mine Music DVD, 22. And this little radio, and this cool little kind of 80s, well, sound design, 80s, well, clock, radio, clean antenna, clean battery back. I don't remember what I paid for it. It's been sitting around for a while. It's a cool little, just kind of throw the batteries in it. I don't know if it has an AC. And it also has a battery for to maintain the clock. And it looks like it is AA. So yeah, it would be straight up. So definitely like lithium batteries or rechargeables, I guess you're going to want kind of display like that if you're trying to get like that cool silvery 80s electronics look. But 28, and I've had this for probably over a year, around about that. It's just one of those cool electronics. I don't remember what I paid, but enough for me to be like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. kind of basic looking, but it works for me. Yeah, here's a book. All right. This Attempt to Cure book, paperback, 62, going across the pond. So well, it's not going to show all of it, but yep. All right. D21 is Under Pressure. Ding, 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 ding. Under Pressure, which is not the same as Ice, Ice Baby. Ding, 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 ding. Can't touch this. 15 steel DVD with Charles Sheen. Oh, gotta get an LP or a 45. Be like all those people at the record stores, grab a whole stack and just do this. Nope, nope. Definitely can't show that one. This is all the ones I have left. That's it. Miss Jeanette, 45. Soy Rebelda. Oi Mama, Oi Papa. Um, 21. Okay. So someone, repeat buyer of these next things I'm about to drag out. 42 and 28. 28 right here. 28. Intimate Classic. Intimate Classic Volume 1. The PD that goes in that piano device player thing. Not either way. This one, and then there's another one. I'm going to get into 42 for. And this one is going to be Jessica Williams. It was backwards. So I'm trying to read words going up and down like this. It was upside down like that, so I wasn't looking for the either way. So these two going to another buyer who bought one already, like a month ago. Picked these up for 61 combined. Oh, another book. But this is another book. Or like that other one. That one, where's that? Key Khalid. Another one. But 24 for this Where the Red Fern Grows. Paperback. Why did I get that much money for it? If anybody watches any of the videos on how my brain works and why I buy the different things I do, it's a completely different print than of what most of the artwork is for most of the other Where the Red Fern Grows. And so you got Big Dan and Little Ann. Forget his name, but I don't like what happens to them. If you're familiar with the book, probably one of the 5 books that I read in school out of the hundreds that they have you read. It's a 1974 Bantam. So all the more that's special about it. So 74. If it was a different print, a lot of times I will have that in there. Printing history. So it looks like 18 printings through March 1974. So I'm going to guess that this one is going to be the 19th printing of it. So it's just different artwork. And it's really clean. It's not tattered. So something that's now over 50 years old. For paperback, these things are typically used, well, I want to say all the time, a good chunk of them were used in schools. For it to be in this clean condition, someone's going to pay more for it. And for collectors, that $2 to $5 more difference No, C41. Right here we have Best of Lulu. Oh, that could probably be one. Because this entire 41 is from the estate sale. So all those CDs that were from the estate sale right here. So I know that Best of Lulu is a newer CD that I've listed, so I would have it down here. That's why I was looking. Then I start looking like, you know what? All these came from the estate sale. So I have to find, here it is. So like I said, I'll take these ones out, and then as more starts to come out, if there's room over here, these bottom ones will get shifted over here, and new ones will go right here all the time. But, right. Best of Lulu. 15. C42. I was just there, buddy. C42, I'm looking for Harpo Marx. That's actually a pretty good sale. Go back down here. And find Harpo Marx in Hi-Fi at work. Oh, so this is an older one. And I'm thinking about it. That's not it. There we go. All right, this Harpo Marx 2-album CD 36. Across the pond. C48, Girl from the North. Girl from North Country. Cash recording. 13. 22. Not where everything's at. This is the shiny case. Super Hydora. Super Hydora. Super Hydora original soundtrack. 18. So a decent collection of stuff. So I got to find out what I got to do for that King Crimson. Hopefully that guy pays for that $2,000 James Madison book set. So is what I did. So the potential buyer only has 6 feedback with an account that was open a couple months ago. So is what I did. I clicked on their feedback. And then I look at the feedback that they received. I started clicking on those ones, and you can go into then that seller's items. And then you can go in and then you can narrow it down to most recent sold. It's not going to be 100% accurate, especially if that seller sells a lot. It's really going to throw you off. However, I went into another feedback that the seller has like a couple hundred, went to their solds, and they only have like 3 things listed and 1 thing sold in the past 90 days. What I could see, the feedbacks that he or she has received are not older than 90 days. So that item that I'm seeing is most likely aligning with the feedback, and that item being that's what this potential buyer for my set. And that set that I was looking at was about a $1,000 book set. So that's what it looks like. Person buys, and they're a newer buyer, and that's what they're looking for. So that's just another one of those. They didn't pay, but if you want to kind of add a little bit of sense, be like, are they ever going to pay? That's a very, very roundabout way on how to get at least a little bit of information that can verify what you want in regards to that. If they pay, cool. If not, it's going to do the same thing it's been doing, sitting there. On that horn, that's going to wrap that one up. So, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. There's really much of. I don't know if we can really do it. Yeah, I guess. Sometimes you're going to have to be wary in regards to getting things that you're like, that's not maybe 100% absolutely permissible, legit. And you might have to do a little bit more legwork and phone work and email work and stuff to be able to get something to verify something. And sometimes you may even have to get permission in order to sell something, especially something that falls under proprietary and rights ownership, things like that. So yeah, everything is going up. Comment down below, subscribe, share. It was all free. They help me, help you. We're all helping everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.